head how I'm walking through, but I know when I'm walking through, I got eyes on me, and I'm like, these people. I'm like, this is why I don't come here. But I'm like, but at the same time, I kind of got to give people grace because I'm like, I'm new here. They might be scared. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have to be like that.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they shouldn't have to be
like if you are a person that you need to spread the gospel and spread the word of God, how are you going to do that if you scared?
Right.
Like, that don't even add up.
Right.
Like, and even going back to what Duke just said, like, if you weren't in it, then it's hard. That's bad. Like, you tell me if I didn't grow up in church, how am I supposed to be new to the religion and y'all not making me feel welcome? Like, and this is not like a bash on church, but it's things need to change. Like, we need to spread the word. We need to make people feel comfortable. We need to stop judging. And even within ourselves, like, yo, people that I grew up with are judging. Why are you judging? There's no one that's here that's perfect. Stop judging. Like,
you adjust to it so long that even at times, like, you see something and the first thing you think of is like how you were raised, and you got to take a step back. Like, nah,
that's true.
She good. She ain't wearing that. Like, you know, you see like you see a girl walking to church. She got earrings. She got this. She got that. The first thought that might go through my mind was like, oh, she bugging. Right. Because that's just what you
that
taught.
Is so true.
But then eventually you just kind of like,
you gotta bring some
like, no, she's all right. She's fine.
Yeah, it's not that
you know what I mean? So it's just, you got to do that work within yourself. Because if you don't,
I think that was the biggest thing for me in college. Yo. Hello. Hey guys. Hello. Welcome to Hypothetically Podcast. I'm your co-host Shellz.
Yeah, your co-host J-23.
And we have
Kimbo.
Woo, all right. So I'm trying to fix the headphones so I can make sure I can hear outside. So as you can see, we have a returner.
I'm back.
And we have a very, 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 very special guest, the jokester, the pause king with his partner here to his side. Pause. It is my brother, Duke Benji. Here you go. So how we do it is, since you don't watch the show, it's going to be a little small introduction. You're going to give your name, your IG, and then we're going to get the show rolling. Word. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Duke Benji. I'm IG _DUK_E.
All right. So check-in time. How was everybody's week? Benji, we'll start with you.
My week was okay. I just did work. Started a new job.
Yeah.
I am a.
You're gonna be struggling.
I'm a test proctor. I'm a test proctor, so those who have to take like their tests for licenses, special certifications, they come into a center and take the test. So I'm pretty all right.
Okay. Duke, how was your week?
My week was good, a little tiring, work, family life, so ain't too bad. But overall,
Kai got you running around, huh?
Yep, he runs the house. I just pay the bills.
Gene, how about you?
I'm here. Work was all right. Been working a lot lately, especially outdoors. Not bad though. That's it. Just chilling. Another week, another episode. Episode 20. Shit, what are we?
27.
27. So episode Jamal Murray. Rest in peace. But
rest in peace.
We good over here. We good.
Week was good. Kind of calm. Had graduation and prom, so on that end was busy. But after that, it was pretty chill. Summer is hot. It is hot.
It's summer's here.
I'm currently sweating, so if you see me rubbing my arms, it's sweat. So we're just gonna go with the flow. But what's up? You nervous?
No, I'm just going with the flow.
This is what I mean by him getting. This is exactly what I said. Once the cameras turn on, he get quiet.
You're talking about heat.
Once the cameras turn off, he got a little quiet. Don't be nervous. Just be yourself. Everybody know who you are. So don't start acting brand new now.
Everyone.
Sorry. Go ahead.
If y'all seen the video, y'all see why he fixing his props over there.
There we go.
But all right. How you want to start this?
I don't even know the topics. Y'all gotta run that shit.
I told you look in the notes.
The episode's called Duke and Benji.
That's the name of it?
No, it's not.
I'm
I don't know
about
what
to
we're gonna
say.
call it, but this is episode we've been trying to do with y'all for a minute because we've been trying to, we like you guys clearly.
Thank you.
I have history with Duke. Me and Duke used to work together in a previous job. We're not going to say their names because they're not paying us to say their names. So it's not happening. Good times at that job. A lot of funny shit. A lot of funny
I
stuff.
could just imagine y'all working together. I would hate working with y'all.
Good
Just a
time.
place full of testosterone. Just
Did you actually work, Duke?
Oh yeah. Oh, come on now. We worked. We worked, but we listen.
Y'all work now, so I don't
We didn't know.
know.
Look at
We
Curtis'
worked.
face. He's like,
At that time,
We
we
were
were working.
We were working. Trust me.
We worked.
okay. Good
Shout out
job.
to T-Mobile Newark. I said the name. Whatever. I don't give a shit. But that's where we was at.
Oh, you was in the hood.
Yeah, T-Mobile downtown Newark.
We worked.
We worked. We definitely worked. And we saw all kinds of shit. Every day is never the same. There's never 2 days the same. You either have an upset customer. You have a customer wiggled out in the bathroom.
You had the Haitians.
More Africans.
really?
More Africans.
More Africans. Yeah, we have more Africans.
People buying.
It's just more like Orange, Irvington. Yeah,
People
but
people bought phones more than they bought diapers for their kids.
right, pretty much. Yeah, it was
Stuff.
wild.
Wow.
It was wild.
You know, a lot of different things out there.
We'll have like crackheads like phased out in the bathroom. People screwing in the bathroom, stuff like that.
Screwing in the
Screwing in the
bathroom.
bathroom.
Yeah.
The bathroom was that big?
Nah.
Yeah, it was public.
Oh.
That was the issue.
Well, y'all was in the mall or something?
No, we was
there's
in
no
the,
mall in Newark, but
You know where Old Navy used to be at? Okay, no. I'm too old. You know where Dr. J's is at? Remember Dr. J's downtown?
Yes.
Okay, so across the street.
oh, y'all was in the
So we was,
center of
we was
it
right next to,
all.
I don't know if you remember Conway?
Yeah, y'all was in the
Right next to
center of it
Conway.
all.
Center of it all,
God.
yeah. So we was right there, and we would have like vendors outside. We would have like gang members coming in and out. We would have.
First of all, does that strip even still have stuff on there?
I don't know what it looks
I
like
don't know.
now.
It still has
I
stuff.
have
still
no
has
idea,
stuff.
yeah.
It was
Yeah,
a public
It be
bathroom for
busy.
everyone.
It's still busy over there.
It's still busy, yeah. It's a very busy
busy.
place because now it's like gentrification, so they kind of like gentrified a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Just so Navy now next to
yeah, Old
T-Mobile.
Navy, yeah, right. So and I know T-Mobile is down the street now.
Oh, they moved.
Yeah, they on the corner.
Oh,
So it's different now. It's different. But we were there. We were the original OGs over there. Good times.
What's your phone carrier? T-Mobile? Because Gino got T-Mobile.
I definitely don't. Have
oh yeah, I'm
T-Mobile.
still at T-Mobile.
Still T-Mobile.
He
I'm
take
not.
care of me. Bill
That.
cheap. So.
I don't know. I ain't with that. But
You got Verizon now?
no, I have AT&T.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I get a little discount, but it is what it is. And I'm all about the discounts. Shit. Okay, here we go. All right, I got it now. Here you go, sir. But anyway, that's my background with Duke. I've known Duke longer than both of y'all put together. That's crazy.
All right, not too much.
Okay, relax.
He don't talk about
Yeah,
his.
you
He don't talk about his age, but then when somebody else do, he be like, "Yes, not too much." But you stay out on your age. Anyway, I know Duke because Hallelujah, thank you Jesus. Me and Duke go to the same church, and yeah, well, I didn't really, when I was younger, I didn't really talk as much, so I didn't really know Duke when I was a kid. But in my teen years, I think high school, growing up, my sister became more active, and then through my sister, me and Duke. So
Active in church, you mean, right?
what I say?
You
What did I
just said she was
say?
active. I'm just saying active in church.
Oh, why?
Active in church, hallelujah, the good stuff. Anyway, but yeah, that's how we connected, and his lovely wife Betsy and my favorite Kai Kai's taking over the world, y'all. My man, he's a drummer and he makes shots, so he either gonna make music in the musician world or he gonna make music in the basketball world. Either way,
both.
I'm right there behind you, Kai. Don't worry, I got you. But all right, let's get these topics started.
Word. Okay.
Gene wanted to be light skinned, so he put the camera extra low.
Word. Okay. So, first topic is, because I have family, cultural people here. Family/cultural traditions create issues. What do you think about that? Because obviously we have the Haitian background. I mean, everybody's Haitian there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just making sure. So we have that background, and we have our culture, we have our traditions and all that stuff. Do you think stuff like that creates issues in our new adult lives? because obviously, I've known you when we were in our 20s, and whatever, and then.
Don't dismiss us like that.
I mean, y'all didn't hit 30 yet. Yeah, y'all in y'all 20s.
Benji hit her 30s.
Well,
I'm 33 years old.
Oh, you 33? Damn, Benji. I thought you was like 20 something.
Benji's older.
I know she's an older, so I thought you was like older by like 2 years because you're 27?
28.
28. Okay.
You sound younger.
Yeah.
What? I'm not saying me. I'm talking about Benji making it sound like Benji a kid. Benji's.
But anyway,
She's a grown woman.
do you think our culture /
Oh my god.
Let you
First of all, don't be come up in here and start disrespecting me, yo. Keep.
All right, so do you think our culture / family traditions cause problems? Do they create issues? What do you think?
I think they do. I think family culture, especially living in America, coming from our background being Haitian, I think it causes problems just communication, understanding how we all communicate, or certain things that we say that may not make sense to our parents or our friends, or it just gets misconstrued. So it causes a lot of problems. Like I said, I think miscommunication is probably the biggest key in everything.
Okay. Ladies, anybody?
It definitely creates issues, like Zakern says, with the communication and just what we accept now and what our parents don't accept. Like, there's things that I know me and my mom always have this conversation where it's like there's certain things that I'm like, that's not a big deal. It is what it is. And she's like, no, it's not supposed to be that way and whatever. But so in that point, yeah, it definitely causes issues and miscommunication.
That was your water.
And miscommunication with miscommunication, I guess, yeah.
What kind of miscommunication?
Miscommunication in. All right, just let me make this make sense. Okay. When I say miscommunication, it's like I said, understanding the differences. It's like wanting to trying to find a middle ground, but it's like at the end of the day, can you really find a middle ground? Because like I said, there's things we couldn't accept that go on nowadays, and our parents are like, they're not with it, they're not accepting it.
Yeah, and there's also things that they accept that we're not accepting.
Right.
Like relationship wise, I think that's the biggest thing in our parents, they may not be happy, but they gonna deal with each other. Yeah. And that's a lot that are like these generation, well, not saying these, but this generation doesn't accept that. Like, if I'm not happy, I'm not staying, which is why the divorce rate is so high. But our parents, they were like, I'm just gonna stick through it. Either way,
I'm here already.
Even if I know I'm unhappy and I know what you're doing, I'm still gonna stay here. We're gonna pay the bills. We're gonna make whatever. They could argue all day long, and then they go in the same bed and sleep with each other like nothing ever happened. They could spend days without talking to each other, and that's okay to them. But for us, that's not okay.
Right.
Facts. Okay. Anything to add to that, Duke?
Well, I mean, I guess to that point, me saying that, I think our parents kind of view. I mean, if we're talking like marriage, I think they view it differently. Like, the way I see it, I may be wrong, but I feel like Haitians, the older generation, when they get together, they just got together in terms of just trying to procreate. You know, like, so it's like procreation, raise my kids, put them in school. And
I feel like a lot of it too was like financially, if you could support me, because a lot of people was raised up poor. So if your parents match you with somebody that got money, it's like you're gonna have to do it because we ain't got no money.
So
you know what I'm saying?
So marry into money.
So it's like they had to learn how to love each other. It wasn't they got married because they love each other. Well, that's not everybody, but in some cases that was the case, where it was like matchmaking. So yeah, it's a little weird, but I mean, we're not the only culture that does that. It's a lot of people that do that still do that to this day.
Yeah, to this day.
So
okay, all right. Well, that makes sense. Do I think it caused like problems? Yes. Especially with like the way I always notice it.
Gotta change the camera.
Oh yeah, I always notice with I think the hardest people I see who have problems and concerns are women. When it comes to traditional stuff, like for instance, if you think back in the day on Sunday, what was your mother?
In the kitchen,
right? All day, right?
All day.
I'm probably on Instagram every Sunday. These women are in the clubs. They're in brunch. They're smoking hookah. They're on neg after neg after neg, which is fine. I'm not killing nobody for their lifestyle. But what I notice is that like even people who are like mothers, who are even wives, they're like women are not as domesticated as they used to be. You know what I'm saying? They want to go outside and participate with all the shit.
And what about the men?
The men too, to a certain extent, but I'm just focusing on the women now because I understand the concerns with the men. The men are like, here's the problem that happens with the men. The men want the women in the kitchen.
Right.
But they also want to go out and have fun and do.
But that's what I'm saying though. What
shit too.
y'all? I get the conversation of. Women aren't doing this, but if you look at our parents, women did that because the men did this. I'm not saying it's a tit for tat, but it is a tit for tat. Y'all saying that we're not doing this, but what are y'all doing for us? Not saying this is going to come into like a general type of conversation, but it's like, what are the men doing? The men aren't working all these hours like how our fathers and uncles did.
I think I give a little pushback to that because I know plenty of men who take care of their women and their women are still out in the club doing God knows what.
Then they got the wrong woman.
They might. They're
not looking for them because there's some women that are out here still cooking, still doing their wifely duties, and they single.
Right.
So
right. But again, I'm just speaking on how certain traditions could cause concern. Like we want traditional things, we want traditional roles, but they're clashing because people are fucking changing. That's it. People are not staying home as much.
And also too, women aren't home the way that they used to be. Women are actually working now. Before, women weren't working.
They weren't working like that. Yeah. They weren't getting high-end jobs. They weren't starting businesses. They weren't doing a lot of the things that women are doing now. And I'm not downplaying that at all. I would love to see women to do more, but all I'm saying is that with change comes more change. Like if we're going to stop doing traditional things, then more problems are going to keep happening. My question is always, well, how do we adapt?
I feel like that's a difficult thing at this time of life because like the view of like women being home or domesticated has changed drastically. Just like what Shelly said in terms of just women are working, husband and wife or boyfriend girlfriend are going out. Mm-hmm. They're getting up early. They're going to work. They're coming in late. So it kind of forces them to compromise in terms of picking up the kids or who's picking up groceries, who's doing the shopping. And I guess to some, it all depends on who's making more, who's making less, kind of differentiates on who, picks up the rest of the burden. Right. With women, obviously, since the beginning of time, it's always been them home. But I feel like even as men, it's always been them out. I think it kind of is like a give and take on both ends because obviously now, like, if your woman is out working, picking up the kids, doing different things, I feel like the man also has to pick up a bit of a slack in the house to do more or just to help out at least. Like he may not be doing everything, but just a little help goes a long way. And I guess with the woman, I feel like on that end, she also kind of should understand that, men really didn't do much in the house. Right. To be honest, a lot of men don't really know how to do stuff in the house. Not to say that they can't learn, but a lot of them don't know how to do a lot. So I feel like women should kind of like help them out in understanding how to, pick up or learn some new skill.
Okay. So breaking tradition in some sort of ways, correct?
Correct.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I'm with it. Any other things that create issues that we are traditionally not doing that pissing some of these old people off?
Everything we do piss them off.
I don't think there's anything we do that makes them. I'm not saying anything that makes them happy. This is what I always find like with Haitian people, because that's the people I raised with. Let me say I'll give you my parents for instance. I tell them like, yeah, I go to the gym, I work, I'm reading this book, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. They're like, oh, okay, that's good, my son. You know what I'm saying, my son. Let me say these words and like watch their eyes light up. Yeah, I'm dating somebody right now. What? What's going on? Who is she? Let's meet her. What's going on? When you bringing her to the house? What is going on? And I'm like, so you heard nothing I said before that? You didn't hear that, the gym's going well for me. I got a promotion at work. I'm starting this new business. I'm doing these things. As soon as I say girl. So my question is like, because I'll be honest, a lot of us, I would say like half of us are partnered, half of us are not partnered. Maybe in my 20s, that wasn't a thing. In the 20s, if it was like 4 of us, 3 of us would be partnered by now. We'd be married, kid would be coming out, whatever. These new 20-year-olds, I don't see that happen. I see people wait until 30, wait until 40 to do their family. So my question is, like, do you think the procreation thing is, do you think that's making issues? I don't think it's an issue with the current generation, the young generation, but do you think it's issues for the old generations to see people not really jump into marriage, jump into that unison of that? Do you think that's creating issues?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, most definitely.
Yes.
It's the first thing when you said what else is creating problems is the careers that people are picking out. I feel like our parents are now like, okay, I see you making money, no problem. But it's like, you don't want to be a doctor, you don't want to be a lawyer, you don't want to be this, you don't want to be that. So that's creating issues.
Wait, don't let you thought. I vividly remember my first year of college, and I came back home because I went in to be a pediatric nurse, but then I realized that I'm too sensitive and not all babies make it. You know, that's the case, and I would not be able. I'm walking up to the patient, I'm be crying more than them. So I realized that wasn't my field. So I went home, and I don't even know how it came up, but I told my dad I changed my major. He looked at me as if the world was about to crash, and I'm like, what I'm about to do is still has money. He was upset for like that whole year, and I'm like, there's more to it than nursing, lawyer, doctor, engineer. Like, so now he sees like, okay, it worked out, but at that moment, the world was about to crash down, and he didn't know what to do with himself. But go ahead, what you want to say?
Yeah, so that's an issue. And what else did you say, Gene?
Oh, just people not getting married like that.
Oh yeah, so the whole people are not getting married. I mean, their thing is, this is what we were created for.
Right.
We got to get married, to have kids, populate the world, and then live life. Like, you know what I'm saying, provide for your family. The fact that people are waiting to do that or not doing it at all, that I feel like that blows their mind. It's just like, what's wrong? Like, you're sick. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, are you okay in your mind? Like, so that definitely, some people probably don't even sleep at night because of that.
Yeah, and I can understand why they're mad, because I mean, I think my uncle got married like 24, my other uncle got married like 25. So when I say I'm bringing a woman home and I'm 41, they are excited. And I'm like, you didn't hear nothing else I said? Yeah, that's disrespectful, man. Like, I'm trying to better my life, but I guess the only thing for them that life gets better is with a partner. And I'm like, oh my God, everything is not about that. And I think that's the thing about our generation. Like, we know that there's more to life than just being a husband and being a wife. There's like enjoying parts of life too, and taking your time to get there. I mean, if you found your partner, you found your person, God bless you. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for you, 100% happy for you. But I feel like you are gonna run into some issues when, you know, like, your mother's gonna ask you, like, if especially if you're a woman. God forbid, I got women friends who are like 35, 40, not even partnered, and every day they're like, Gene, this crazy lady keep asking me about a man, when I'm gonna have some babies, when you gonna put this, when you gonna do that. Like, I was watching Living Single, and the one of the run-on jokes is Regine and her mother, and she hated talking to her mother because her mother's like, when you gonna put them beans in the oven, when you gonna get married? You know, it took her 5 seasons to get to that point, but it was just like, so that same conversation that I think most cultures have now.
But I was having a conversation with my mom, and I also told her that the way that it was before is not the way that it is now. Like, thinking about her and my father, like, they were raised around the same area, like, so they grew up together. Like, over summer vacation, my grandfather has like this land, and they have like houses surrounding the land. So over summer vacation, they all go up there and they're hanging out with each other all summer long. And then when the school year starts, they're back at the city. But y'all were raised together, like, y'all grew up together, so y'all know each other's family. Y'all know each other. Now we don't have that. Like, we have to actually go out and search and look for new people to introduce ourselves to, and make sure that they are what they say they are, and how they were born. And that's why I told my mom, I'm like, yo, like, the way that it was for you guys, it was a little bit easier. Like, I'm looking at all my aunts and my uncles, and it's kind of creepy, but low key, some of them low key related. Too close, but you know what I'm saying? But that's all of our parents. Like, if you ask who's related to who, like, oh, my cousin avec and so, yo, y'all all around the same area. Like, that's how it was easier for you guys to meet your person. For us, we have to go out to sometimes different states,
have conversation with people.
Yeah, like,
I think it's just like they idolize it. Like, I think back, you know, growing up, like I said, the way the Haitians are, I think they just idolize the idea of just marriage, and I think they don't understand that it's a part of life, but it's not your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And
But to them, it's your whole life.
Yeah, it's your whole
That's what I'm
life.
saying. That's where the conflict happens. Like I've been telling my parents is like they bombarded me the other day. Like I handed these people money. Like, when are you gonna get married? When are you gonna get? I'm like, come on, man. Like I gotta go to work. Like, why are you giving this conversation right now?
If you was to bring a woman home and you got married, now everything you used to say before now becomes important.
But
But now
now it's like one ear out the other. Like,
it's not important.
I mean, but we have to also understand too. That's how they were raised. So it trickles down.
Right.
It trickles down. It's like that's what their parents were like.
Right.
Probably talking there. They
And-
probably got annoyed. Like, leave me alone.
And I'm not faulting them for that. They say I want to genuinely say my parents say this to me out of love. They don't want to see me
Right.
by myself. They don't want me to, God forbid, they don't want me to die without experiencing that. I love them for that. Mom and dad, I'm taking my time. No, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But that, like I said, it creates conflict.
Mm-hmm.
It creates this back and forth. And I know them. They don't want to bother me with stuff. But I know sometimes they be like, what's going on? You know what I mean? What's
Are you
going
okay?
on?
And also too, we are experiencing life at a different pace than our parents. Like, think about it, growing up, they didn't really have. I mean, they had TVs, but sometimes the power's on, sometimes the power off.
Yeah.
They had outside, they had like the beaches and stuff. But we have so much more. Gene's excited right now.
I am, because I don't know. I think this Fast and Furious 11 is going on.
We
outside my
have
house.
so much more going on. Like, people are, I mean, they couldn't travel unless it was like, you coming to America. That was like the biggest thing for them. But like me, my father, he called me the other day. He's like, so what vacation you taking? I'm like, oh, soon. Don't worry, I got you. He's like, where you going? I was like, I don't know yet, but I'm gonna let you know. But like little stuff like that, they didn't get to do. So it's like, we're doing it now. At 28, my mom already had my sister. I don't even got a boyfriend. So it's like, it's different stages, but it's different timeline. Like, they didn't get to travel. I get to travel. We have the gym. They didn't have the gym unless it was carrying the bucket of water, So it was like, it's different types of things. Like, they didn't really have books. I mean, they have books, but it wasn't like they didn't have Amazon.
They
They didn't really have cars like that. Like, it really was, everything was
Yeah, it was a
walking
different world.
distance. Yeah, so
It was
it's
a
like
different world, yeah.
a different world, a different experience. So that's why I think that's why it's a little bit harder for them, because it's just like the things we're experiencing now. I mean, yeah, the things that we're experiencing now, they're experiencing at their older age. Like, me and my sister went on vacation with my aunt. She was turning 50 something, 60.
60.
She was turning 60 and she took her first vacation to Mexico.
Wow.
First vacation?
Yeah, like
Whoa, I thought she
that
been
wasn't
places.
Haiti. That was a
okay,
different
'cause
place.
Haiti's-
Haiti
yeah.
don't, for me, Haiti don't count, but
Haiti is going back
yeah,
home.
Haiti's going back home.
That's just going
But
back
for
home.
them,
You just-
like my
you're going to
father,
the Cameroon and you
but
go
my
see
father,
old cows
when
and
he
shit.
says-
no, it's not.
yeah, but my father, when he says I'm going on vacation, Haiti to him is like, oh my God, I'm so excited. But it's like, that's not vacation. You're going home.
That's not vacation, my guy.
So like, for
Sorry,
the first
Dad.
time my aunt went to Mexico at 60.
We went to Cancun.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, I was like 20 something. I was like 25,
I remember
26.
telling my parents, like, yeah, I'm going to send you on vacation. I'm going to send you like Cuba. So they looking at me like, what the fuck? Because it's somewhere different. Like, go somewhere different. Like, there's Haitians in Cuba. Trust me.
Yes,
you'll
there's
find people in there. You'll
Haitians
be everywhere.
everywhere.
You're fine. They're looking at me like I got 4 hours.
So
on
it's
my
like,
face.
you're trying to give your parents a different life, but it's just a different thing for them. Like, my mom, like, oh my man, I need you to take vacation. For what? What? You got all these vacation days and you asking me for what? Yo, sit down. And even on vacation, she still be trying to take an extra day. Or when I go back to work, I need to have a paycheck. Yo, sit down. You're getting paid for vacation.
Right. That reminds me of the first time. This is gonna sound crazy what I'm about to say, but that reminds me of the first time I went to public school after coming from private school. When I went to private school, my mother kept me sheltered. When I went to public school, I saw white people, I saw Spanish people. This nigga playing baseball, this nigga playing football. I didn't know what the hell they was doing, but eventually I adapted, and I got through it. And I think that's what our parents do at the same time. Like, I don't think people realize, like, for instance, like, everybody got a smartphone now, right? There was a time when your parents had a flip phone or no phone. Now your parents got smartphone. My father FaceTimes me. He sends me WhatsApp messages. He sends me chain letters. He's
That's
like,
like
look at this.
Oh my God,
WhatsApp?
He sending me links, and I'm
Nah,
like,
WhatsApp.
University.
WhatsApp and YouTube. First of all, my mother was always the type. She was like, I need a phone that has a green and a red button. I don't want no touch screen.
Right.
We ended up slowly easing her into a touch screen. And now she's sending us things on YouTube and WhatsApp. And I'm like, how'd you even learn how to do that?
Oh, yeah.
You spilled it. I'm like, how'd you even learn to do that? And she's like, oh, YouTube mutuem. And I'm just like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
How'd you even learn how to get on
YouTube? How did you tell YouTube that you needed to learn this. But that's what I'm saying. Our parents are also living their second or third childhood. They're only with us. So I think they're adapting. And I think the rifts kind of like, I think once they adapt, then the rifts kind of like go away. They're like, all right, I understand why my child might be struggling finding a partner or struggling with money or, can't buy. Like,
they definitely understand.
No, they do.
The one thing they don't
to a
understand,
certain extent.
and the people at my job are pissing me off. They keep asking me like, "Yo, nigga, when you go buy a house?" I said, "Nigga, when you bought a house, it's $50,000." I said, "These houses are $500,000."
No, houses are expensive.
I said, "Bro, like, not everything is."
Oh my God! Don't even
not
talk
everything
about
is
the
adaptive,
house.
but I think we're getting there. I think we're getting to a point, but you will run into conflict when it comes to certain traditions and certain family cultures.
Yeah, I think with them too, like kind of going back, like I know my dad when he first got a cell phone. Like he never wanted a cell phone.
Right.
They be fighting for
he
that,
was
yo. It's like
against
it's
He
a
never
sin.
wanted me to give it to him. He was like, if I get a phone, that's another bill, Bobby's and bill. And then we get him now, every day he's sitting there watching his own Fuku and he's watching his friends. He's watching his YouTube stuff every day. You know what I mean? Then I think on the other side too, like personally in my family, like my uncle, my mom, she has 2 siblings. She has a younger sister and an older brother. My uncle's never been married. He's like, 65 and up. He's never been married. And, you know what I mean? I remember like when my grandfather was passing away, like, or even before that, that was one of the hardest things for him. Cause I guess for them, it was always about legacy.
Right.
And it's just like for my uncle to never have a kid or at least have a son. So it's like the lineage in terms of
the family name
family name is gone, and it's like, I kind of realized it with me, like, I'm the only son that my mom has, and I had a son. So my mom, she's always saying third gene. And I used to think, like, why is she saying third gene? I just had to start realizing, like, obviously my dad, then me, and my son. So for her, it's like being able to have a lineage that continues is a big thing for them. So I just think, regardless of how much they're adapting, and in terms of them adapting, they still want that legacy. They still want to see us get married or
I understand.
on the family.
It's just sometimes fucking annoying. But
I think with with my mom for sure is my mom, like, she loved kids, so she just wants to be able to show a kid, like a grandkids of hers off, and every day she's just looking at us and I'm looking at her right back, like, don't look at me now, you gotta look at, you know what I'm saying? You gotta look at Benji. But okay.
Trump about to be president.
But I think with them, it's just like, she just wants something to, I mean, my mom is always proud of us, but she just, that grandkid is like a sense of extra pride that these parents have. And it's like, but you don't treat me like that. So, but the grandkids get so much extra love,
burden on us. Cause it's like you said, back in the day, things were easier. Now, it's not easy to have a kid.
Everything's expensive, man.
Not even expensive. It's just having the child, like,
and there's so much
like it's a lot.
But it's so much like health concerns now.
You can't eat this. You can't do this. You have to exercise. You have to do.
Kids used to be born at home. Now it's like you got a hospital. You got so much more to worry about.
At home, you have so much to.
There's a lot to.
But it's like a second life for them, though. Like seeing you raise your child, it's like
they don't want to let you do it the right way. They always want to butt.
Yeah, they always want to tell you what to do.
Your mother don't be butting in.
They're calling you and telling you what to cook, when to cook it.
Keep it.
They're cooking them food, and you're not even getting food anymore. So it's just like
you don't matter.
You
really don't matter.
You get food.
I get food, but. In turn, my son, every time we're leaving my mom's house, it's always something. Even if I'm like, no, mommy, leave good. He probably doesn't want shit. And she's like, okay. And she just goes get my wife a whole bag. And I'm like, dang, like,
that's crazy.
He's going to eat it, but it's just crazy that they really plan and live.
There's no way that car's bad.
I think that's just a mistake. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
As you know, the last episode, guys, we had a little car shit going on, so whatever, but we're good. But parents.
Gotta love them though.
Y'all love them, yeah, gotta love them.
Yo, just relax, y'all. Give us, just rock with us. Yeah. We got y'all. We know what y'all want and what y'all need. We got y'all, man.
So my parents give me like 5 more years to be alright.
This morning he said 2065. Yo, somebody commented. It was like, yo, yesterday you just said. I've been noticed that every time Regina add like 15 years to the year that he had before.
That shit is funny.
It's ridiculous.
All right, anything else on this topic? Are we good?
No.
Move on to the next? Okay, we good. Move on to the next. All right, well, so that's not a bad segue. So the next topic is, why is that when you are part of a church, which these 3 are, I am not.
I mean, you have no shame of saying that.
I have no shame.
But Gene know his Bible, yo. He was saying something yesterday. Go ahead.
Anyway. Why is that when you are part of a church / religion if you are not married, we just talked about marriage. If you are not married by a certain age, you are looked at as damaged goods.
I don't know. I mean, I've heard.
So
I've heard.
You're married. Benji's married, so whatever.
Okay, so let me say on a woman's perspective.
Okay.
Like I just said, the whole being with child thing. It's you're getting older. Like I said, I'm 33 years old, guys. I might not look it, but I am, and it's your time is running out. The time is clicking. What's going on? So I think for that aspect, that's how they look at it. Where it's like, a guy's not gonna want you anymore because guys, they can have kids.
She said guys are not gonna want you no more.
Men are not. I mean, some
No, I was just saying,
people,
somebody said that to you.
No, not to me.
That's what it said.
No.
But you'll hear
That's the
that.
viewpoint.
Because men are always able to have kids, but women
men are
have
able to have kids at whatever age.
I mean, they should.
So,
but that don't stop them.
so they take that as the older you get, if a man wants a child, you won't be able to provide that for them. So, in that way,
I just think they've gotten married earlier. They got married way earlier, and I think that when we see like what they go through, their trials and their struggles, we're kind of like, you know what? Maybe I need to take some time.
All right, take my time.
And not rush it,
And they
and not
hate
make
that.
it look like what they got. You trying to make sure that you got everything right. If you saw that money was the issue, you trying to make sure you don't have that for your relationship. If it was anything in terms of like miscommunication, I mean, in terms of like understanding gender roles, then you kind of like feel like, you know what, I'll take my time. But on the woman's side, I've always heard, which I think sucks on their end, but it's like once you reach like the calendar, like certain months is 30, certain months is 31. Once a woman gets over, like she's out of the calendar, it's like it's over her, which I never understood why they would say that, but that's what I've always heard. Like when she passed the calendar, it's over.
Yeah, it's stupid. I think this is my personal opinion. This is my real deal opinion about when people approach people about a timeline. Mind your fucking business. Seriously. I don't care if you're in the church. I don't care if you are in that person's life. Everybody has their own timeline. I don't think it's, especially for women. I sympathize with women because I know women are pressured into having children, being wives, and they make it seem like that's the life goal of some women. Some women are very lonely in their own marriages. That shouldn't be the only goal. You know what I'm saying? Marriage is a coin flip. If it's good, you'll turn out good. If not, you might have a bad one. It is what it is. But I don't think a woman's life is defined by being a wife. I think because women could do more, you guys are doing more. And you have a cheerleader in me to do that. So don't let nobody, especially no man or no woman, no old bitter woman, telling you to rush into certain things that they went through, but they won't even tell you they went through. They're just telling you because of how the system is to do this, do that. You have to be a wife. You have to be married by a man. You have to, because life happens, man. Sometimes you might have wanted to marry somebody and you find out they're a real piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Or they're Diddy. They're kicking you while you're on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Or they
dragging.
They cheating on you and they brought you back a STD, or they had a baby on you, or some other shit. Man, they're very cruel motherfuckers, man. Like, period. Like, all of us are not perfect. So don't let nobody older before you who can't really give you the truth tell you this is your timeline. Now, as far as the church, I don't know how the church works, but I do notice that in church, it's a lot. To me, it feels like a race. That's the way I see it. I feel like
competition.
It's like competition. It's like,
most definitely.
if this one gets married, then I got to get married because I don't like that bitch. But I can't say bitch in church because God, whatever. But I don't like this girl. Or I don't like that girl. I'm trying to, like, it's a competition in church. And I'm like, this is the funniest shit in the world because I'm like, y'all letting this competition go to your head and you might marry the wrong person.
Not only competition, but like Duke said earlier, they idolize marriage. It's as if marriage is the end all be all.
It's not.
Like, if you don't get married, you not going into heaven. Like, basically, at this point, that's how they make it seem like.
Or it's like, if you're not married, then you got to be doing something that you do when you're married that
Right.
which causes you not to want to get married, which it's all assumptions and not even understanding where people are in their lives.
First of all, I don't even get why they think that, because a lot of these people, both men and women, got a lot of outside kids. So y'all was actually doing it. And we can see because y'all got different daddies and different mommies by these kids. But anyway, we're not going to get into that. That's my thing though. Like, that's why I always said I would pay to see these adults as teenagers, because they be saying, "Oh, don't do this, don't do that," but y'all was doing it. Y'all was in the club. Some of y'all was in the bars heavy.
Well, that's why
y'all was in the carnival, all of that. Because whenever when the church log in that compa, you see some hips moving. You like that used to be in the club. So y'all was out here doing all this. Like, if you want to say it differently, then advise us differently. But don't make it seem like you was holy art thou, because there's no one that's holy art thou. That's what I don't like. Like, don't be looking down on me when you once were doing what you think I'm doing and that I'm not even doing.
Right.
So
I mean, sometimes it could just be too. They just trying to tell you to get into something that they already know. Like, I wasn't living right. You know, I wasn't doing the right thing. So it's like, yo, get married, because they were probably thinking that you feeling how they were when they were at that age. So they want you to cover all of that by just getting married, but not really showing you or telling you what you will.
But that's the thing I'm saying though. It's a difference between, you know, not wanting me to experience it, but it's certain conversation that they should be having that they're not having. Why are you so afraid to just be real and have that conversation? Like, just say what you gotta say. We are adults. We know.
They can't tell you what they can't. They can't let you know what they was doing.
It's always a secret. It's always some shit like, oh, that wasn't me. Oh, yeah, your mother was a hoe.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. But it's also this is what's terrible too. It's all right, you want me to get married, and I do end up getting married, and I'm living a miserable life, and
then they tell you not to leave.
They tell you not to leave, or it's just like, you should have took your time. Yeah, but you were just, like, which one?
You told me to take my time, but you also rushed me at the same time.
Exactly. Just like when me and my sister always say this, like in school, stay in school, do it, get your education, da 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 da. Once you graduate, where's your boyfriend? When did
but our parents didn't do that though.
No, our parents didn't do that.
Yeah, our parents didn't do that. But a lot of parents did do that.
Where it's just like you don't even give us the time, or you don't even explain to us how to even like communicate with people or have conversation with people, or not people, guys as women. You don't because girls and guys can't be friends. Yeah, but you want me to be married and have a whole
I remember
person.
Were you there that Sunday when Pastor Monday was preaching about the having kids?
Oh, that was it.
When we went home, he preached at first service, and he was saying how like, oh, you have to go and you have to get married and have kids. And my mommy went home and she was like, like basically saying you're gonna give money to to feed these kids. You saying to go have all these kids, but
he was advertising that.
Yeah, you're not giving me no type of funds.
I think the average kid per year is like almost like $30,000 now. Like
it's more.
Oh, it's definitely
because daycare is already $30,000.
Yeah, you have
daycare's
to be on a waiting list now for your kids.
And then the daycare too. It's not even every day. It's like 3-4 days a week.
Right.
And you got to find a babysitter for that extra one day. Yeah, it's.
I'm gonna tell my mother, here you go. Stay here.
Oh yeah.
Stay here.
No, seriously.
Grandma's staying home. We're not doing that.
Quit your job.
That's the tough part, because our parents are not even available the way
they used to be.
They're still working.
Right.
Because I remember growing up, I used to be at somebody's house early in the morning, 6 a.m. to 4:30. That was like a shift. I was at somebody else's house waiting for my parents. Waiting for my parents. I used to hate it. Like, oh my God, take me home. Yo, take me home.
That's different. But yeah. Religion keeps you restricted with certain things. I don't know. I mean, I don't shit on religion. I think it's a great thing. It's a great guidance to have. It's a good moral compass. But I feel like sometimes it's just a little overwhelming. It's like, yo, back up off me, man. Like, all right, I'm not married. I don't care.
Yeah, the main thing is I think they want you to do stuff, but I think it's just in the teaching, the presentation, showing you how to do what, getting you with the right mindset,
right,
to get you to make a sound decision. I think that's like the hard part.
Like, but here's my problem with religion. It's preachy.
You said preachy?
Yeah, it's like you keep telling me because you don't see me doing something else. If I did get married, you probably wouldn't be talking to me that much.
No, they were talking about something else.
Yeah. It'll be a new topic.
It's always something else.
It's always a new thing.
It's like, is anything I do good enough? Like,
No.
I might go to college. I might start a business. I might be doing well.
Get another
I might
degree.
keep myself out of trouble.
Get another degree.
Yeah, it's like, yo,
Like
like,
one kid, you gotta get two.
it's like, oh, you can't leave the kid by themselves. I just gave you a kid. Like, I just did what you want me to do.
Give me another one.
You know, it's like, so I don't know how you guys do it, but
It's just a never ending. It's a never ending thing, yo.
Just
Honestly,
never satisfied.
yeah, no, never.
that competing shit though, that shit is funny. In the truth.
Oh yeah, that's
that-
definitely.
I mean, like marriages compete or just a
Just
wedding?
compete with marriage. Fuck the wedding. Just getting there. Just like trying to
I don't
find
think-
somebody. It's
I
just
don't
trying to
think
make it
it's-
work with somebody.
But I don't think it's only marriage. I think it's with anything in life. Like if you see this person get a degree, now I'm
I
going
like
to
the
get.
marriage stuff though because it gets
Oh
very
my
nasty.
God.
It's hilarious.
This man is
It gets
insane.
hilarious. Like, oh, this girl, why she married this one? Or why this guy married this? I'm like, you talking good. That's funny, man. This
Look
shit
at
is
you.
hilarious.
Just like
I'm like, damn, y'all really do not like each other in here. And I'm like, this is the place of God. God
But guess what? They're gonna be in that wedding though, clapping and judging
Oh,
it.
girl, I thought you was getting married. They go to the bathroom and fart or some shit. Like, I like that bitch, man. I'm like, God damn. Like, do y'all like each other in here? Like, this is wild.
They'll be there when they're down, but
Right.
Other than
yeah,
that.
when they up, it's like, it's like, damn. So
That's
I
a
don't know.
fact.
I mean, people have to also realize that not everyone is. I've come to the realization not everyone is meant to be married,
Yes.
to be parents, to be like with another. Some people are just literally meant to be by themselves doing their own thing.
yeah, we all can't be the same. We all can't be the same.
So-
You
Right,
can't learn
facts.
nothing.
Facts.
But that's the thing, though, they
if
don't
I,
realize
as
that,
a
though.
person, if I as a person can accept that, then you as my parent need to accept that too.
But sometimes it's not really always your parent though. It be the outsiders that be like, "Yo, why you on me so much?"
That's
Right.
true too.
It be the outsiders
That's
that
true
just be
too,
doing
'cause
too
it be
much
like-
sometimes.
What do you mean the outsider?
Like you got
Explain
an aunt, uncle, like a church friend, like they just be questioning you every 5 seconds. Like, ma'am, sir, can I have some room to breathe? Like,
Question you about what though? I'm trying to
like the things that your parents
Your
should be
decisions in
questioning you.
life.
Yeah, your decision in life. The thing that your
Like-
Oh, you
parents
talking
should be
about somebody who's
questioning.
not your parents, but
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
okay.
like the outsider, they're just like bothering you. Like, leave me
The miserable
alone.
folks.
My parents don't even bother me this
sorry.
much anymore. Like, leave me alone.
But I've had that personally where people just. I was married for. It was like we were married for like 4 years. We didn't have a kid yet, and people will come up and ask questions, and they'll even try to like send me to the doctor, like, yo, go get checked.
That's
I would find that to be weird, but they'll be like, go get checked, like, you know what I mean, this and that.
But that's
like,
the thing.
your
That was the
mom wants
decision
it.
that him and his wife made. But because y'all so in my business, that's
Yeah,
mad rude
for
to
them,
go
it's
to
like-
somebody to
It's
give him a
calculated.
doctor.
It's like if you're
What?
married
Disrespectful,
at a
man.
certain point in time, we expect to see this.
And
At
again,
a certain
it's
point in
all
time,
about
we expect
health
to see
things
that.
too. You don't know what the person's body is going through. You have no right to do
Mind your fucking
that.
business. How about that?
That's mad disrespectful to get somebody a
Mind your
doctor.
business.
Like,
Yeah. Tell
I would
somebody
told them to go to the doctor. I'm like, you could go.
Is everything okay?
Get mama right in your fucking face, man. God damn, man. Crazy, man. That's y'all. I give y'all that. Y'all have a lot of.
Nah, when Duke told me that,
Yeah.
because Duke recently told me about that. When
Because
Duke told me about
you
that,
never told me that.
he didn't tell you about
Get the fuck out my
that.
face with all
No,
that
I
shit.
forgot what we were talking about. But Duke recently, like a few months ago, told me about that, and I was pissed off. I was like, "Yo, that's mad rude. Like, how dare
That's very
you?
rude. But
How dare you?"
When I was said, I kept it. Like I never even sent it to my wife because I didn't want to put that in her mind, thinking that like people are speaking, which people would ask her questions too.
That's true. People
But
are-
it was just the fact that somebody could actually literally ask
is
that
just so
and kind of
rude.
assume that there was a problem
I'll go
without
lay on them
no one ever
monthly.
asking or saying that there
No,
was
for
an
real.
issue.
Don't go pin on them, mom.
But I would have asked him, like, did I tell you something was wrong? Like, how dare you? And then when somebody when someone reacts the way that they're supposed to react, it's like, oh, you're rude.
Right.
No, you're mad disrespectful. Like, who told you to come and tell this to me? Did I ask you for information? No.
And they're not even taking care of that kid. They're not giving you $1. They're not
Nothing.
supporting, but they got to see it because once they see
They
it,
want to be invited to all the baby
They
showers,
gotta
all
be
the
to everything.
birthdays, and then they come to the events
bring
empty-handed,
nothing.
but they leaving out with platos
Cool. I'm cool with church people, but some of them cannot mind their fucking business.
at all.
I'm like, bro, get
Like
outta here.
85% of church people came out their business.
Get outta here.
Look, I got married the first Sunday I went. No, I didn't even go back to church yet. My mom calls me. She's like, "Yeah, this person's asking for you." They're like, "Oh, do they live far?" What do you need to know where I live for? You about to, what you about to do for me?
Bring you food.
First of all, I remember when.
Bring you food.
I remember. Oh my God.
Spend the night.
I remember when my cousin, no, he wasn't a cousin. My family, no, it was my cousin. My cousin / godbrother came into America and he came to church with us. Everybody's like, oh my God, that's Maxie. No, it's not. Mind your business. That's my blood cousin. Now you look crazy. That's what happens when you don't mind business. Like, that is my blood cousin. His daddy and my mommy are brothers and sisters. Now, how do you look?
All right.
Oh, that's Maxie. Did I tell you that's Maxie? Did the shirt say this is Maxie? Like, mind your business.
Got to be included. Gotta be.
And then when I did go back, this one lady, she's like, "Na priez pas."
I would have punched her right in her face.
You can keep praying.
I would have punched her right. Some prayers I do not want. I'm sorry. I'm good. You could keep it.
We don't need to keep prayers.
I'm good.
Anyways.
So you think it's just marriage is a competition or like
everything?
No, he just likes the marriage.
The marriage, I like the marriage, but I know the other thing because when I went to a church, I wouldn't say consistently, maybe like once every 6 months or some shit. But I would remember these everybody in the church would compete with everything.
You remember what church it was?
What's the one in West Orange?
Shiloh.
Shiloh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
They're not in West Orange no more though.
Yeah, where they at now?
They right by us.
Okay. Whatever.
Well, I still feel like not to talk about churches. I feel like Shiloh though. Shiloh's like a upscale. Like you gotta walk a certain way to be at Shiloh. You can't just present yourself any type of way. They're like Satan. Nah, but every church though, every church has like their thing. Yeah. Like every church has their thing.
Yeah, but it was very competitive in these churches, and I'm like, why y'all so competitive? Y'all here to praise God. Y'all here to repent your sins and talk about what you did bad
church
this
is a
week.
competition.
Church is definitely a competition.
Church has its own culture. Like
right.
a job, everything, like whatever you're part of has its own culture. And I think church in general, like it just has that competing culture. It has that I got to be better than next. I got to watch what this person's doing. Even if I don't even want to know, it almost for a second you got to think like, yo, am I doing something wrong? Because you see someone like everyone's going the same direction and you see one person with the left. Right. You're like, yo, maybe I should have went left.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's
always. And I've seen that happen to some of my friends at church where like, we were all in college at one point and everybody dropped out because it's like, yo, it's getting expensive. There's more money in the workforce. Let's do it. And then people were just like talking bad about him. I'm like, why y'all talking about him? He's making the decision to better his life. He got old parents. He got to take care of things. You know what I'm saying? So once people saw he did that, they kind of like downed him for it. They like shit on him for it. And then like when he pulls up in a Benz or a BMW, his suit is nice, it's tailored to him. Everybody's, oh my God, like, what's going on? It's like, yeah, I left this to go do this, and now they're kissing his ass. And I'm like, that's some hypocrite motherfucker.
It's a lot of comparison in church. A lot of comparison. Like Duke was saying, you're at different stages in life and you seeing different people do this, but it's just like, oh, I see so-and-so do this. Why are you not doing it? Bro, I'm not so-and-so. And then when it comes to you, like comparing yourself, oh, don't compare yourself with them. You just did it. Like, what? But I feel like that ties in with cultural and religion. Like, with us being Haitian and Christian Haitian, it's just like, at some point you have to tell your parents like, yo, stop doing it. Like, don't compare me to so-and-so because I'm not so-and-so. And then you see so-and-so, not, judging, but you see so-and-so, you was comparing me so much. Now so-and-so got 2 kids unmarried. So you still want to be like so-and-so? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's one thing to be Haitian. And then to add being Christian on top of it, God bless the woman because it's hard.
Yeah, it was at one time it was real dark for us. I'm not gonna lie, it was real dark. Yeah, it was real dark. Oh my God, it was real dark.
Cameras on you guys. Oh, cameras turned off. Okay, whatever.
For our church, it's the skirt phase. That's been a battle for ages. Like at one point, my father wanted us to only wear skirts. I said, yeah, not us.
Yo, no. Every time we would go school shopping,
it was always by skirts.
This year, you're only wearing skirts.
I said, yeah, not today.
You do that.
Yeah. So
that was the dark side.
Well, I feel like for our church, they were very. You can zoom in a little bit more. All right, that's good. For our church, like we don't wear. Well, we're not supposed to wear pants. We can't wear pants in church. So that was like a debate for so long. Where it's just like, why can't I wear pants? Why can't I wear pants? Why can't I wear pants? And if you wear pants, it's like, oh my God, you are the devil's child. And it's like, that's not the case.
You can't wear it at all or in church. It's like now the rules is
flexible.
Yeah, it's like
Look,
flexible.
this new generation
Got
now
it easy.
does whatever they want.
Do whatever
okay?
they want.
Whatever they want.
I'm going. Okay.
Why you changing the
That's
ankle?
all good. That's all good.
Yeah, this generation, I be walking into children's ministry, I'm like, oh, like y'all out here just living y'all best
Got
life.
cell phones, got braids down to their knees.
I've been like,
Yeah, nah, they don't care.
They don't care.
First of all, they be wearing pants in church. I'm like, okay, go out here and do what y'all gotta do. Me, I just don't feel comfortable. Like I just be like, I feel so weird because I just never done it. But hey,
For the
to
church we
each his
grew
own.
up, what I see now is
Different.
Oh,
it's night and
100%.
day.
Yeah,
the church I grew
different.
up in, how everything was and how strict certain individuals would address you about certain things now.
But I feel like they pick and choose though. Like for us, they'll still be honest about it. But for the kids, they're like, oh,
It's more.
yeah, they're kids. This
Come
good.
on,
But it's just
man.
like y'all ain't do that with us.
Like, hey, go apprehend them too. Reprimand these people. You did that to me.
Like these kids now, they have a choice if they want to go to church or not. We didn't have a choice. Like this week, our church having a revival. We would be at church from Sunday to
Yep.
Sunday. Like you bringing your homework to church, you're gonna sit on that bench and do your homework while I'm serving the Lord. These kids now, oh, I'm home. Where's the kids at? Oh, they home. Excuse me, home.
They have sports.
We didn't have sports. We had to beg our parents to be in sports, and
yeah,
it
I
was
had to
one
beg.
sport. Now these kids in like 5 sports.
If it wasn't soccer, I had to beg. If it's soccer, like, oh, let's go. All right. If it
That's
wasn't soccer,
crazy,
I had to beg.
bro. Yeah, it's definitely a little. The parents are a little bit gentle with these.
Definitely gentle. What else we got? Let me see.
I think it was a
100%
gender
gentle.
rule.
I think we have one more.
I think it was a gender rule.
Oh, gender roles in church. I mean, we kind of went over that too, right? No.
Yeah, a little bit.
Gender
Gender
roles
roles in
in
church.
church.
Do you? Is that a thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, in our church,
Right.
it is
Yeah.
in terms of women.
Right. So
We
we
can't
have
do
to
it.
Somewhat changing now, but
stay in the
Barely.
kitchen, all that stuff.
not even that. I
They
just think-
don't allow women to lead service Sunday mornings,
Right.
but Sunday night they could lead service.
So Sunday mornings only.
Sunday
only
mornings-
a man can lead.
Only a man.
A man can lead and
Preach.
do the sermon,
But a woman can't preach.
but a woman can't. But at night they could do both. Now they're allowing women to even pray, like to open up the service.
was
They're
awesome,
allowing
man.
women to do that, to pray. I think that's the biggest. Actually, second service
Yeah,
service
women-
is the youth service.
They're
So
letting
that's when they
women
do.
lead
They don't really
service.
care about second service, but
Right.
so they've allowed women to lead second service,
But not for first service.
but not for
yeah.
first service. First service, they
First
I'd
service.
rather use that one person.
I think
Sunday
the
after
day
Sunday
that
after Sunday.
happened, Jesus is coming back
Yeah.
because they're so like
First service,
strict and head on.
they start 8 a.m. They start on time.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is. You could be home and you're like, oh, it's 8:45. Okay, they're doing this. So they're
8:45 is offering.
calculated.
8:45 is offering.
They don't play. Second
Yeah, everything
service,
is
they don't really
literally
care about
in
second
order,
service,
yo.
'cause
Everything is
it's
in order.
The youth service. So
I think that's the biggest gender role. Just women could do specific. Like the way I always break it down is from 3:00 Sunday afternoon to 7:59 the following Sunday. Women could do anything in between that time in terms of
But
leading.
until that time.
Yeah, but once it hit that 8:00 on that Sunday morning, to
Women are not
that
allowed.
3:00 on the Sunday afternoon, women are not allowed to lead or, I guess, usher. You know,
The only thing that they're allowed to do is read scripture
right.
And sing.
yeah.
and
And
sing.
So they give you on the worship team, but they can't lead.
Like even second service is a little fishy. Like for first service, they'll have 2 men reading scripture, English and Creole. But second service, it has to be 1 man, 1 woman. I think that's just a thing. But it's like 2 women can't read
Oh, yeah,
scripture.
they
Like,
say
y'all have
that.
like some type of you obviously you have the patriarch system
Mm-hmm.
coming down. Like man is first. Yeah, that's it. And then everybody else, women, children, or
Yes, most
younger
definitely.
man, younger woman, or whatever.
Yeah.
Even like offering is we have deacons and deaconess. Only the deacons, which is the man, collect offering. The deaconess, she only does stuff.
Yo,
during
honestly, I don't even know why we have
communion.
deaconess in our church.
They,
They
do
do it-
more like the hospitality.
Yeah, they're the hospital.
like, you know, help
For
you
communion.
out, call you, check on stuff like that. But they're not like leading.
Right.
They're in a position of like taking order, I guess, so
Right.
to speak.
So if I want to speak to somebody at church, I can't speak to a woman.
You can, but a
can.
man is gonna come up to you faster
But at the
than
end of the day, the final decision
is
will
a
be
man.
the guy.
The guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it ain't like
Guys,
if you
our
came on
church is
spoke
not
to a
that
woman and you
terrible.
wanted something to happen.
I said our church is not that
I'm not
terrible.
saying church. I'm not.
Shit.
I'm not shitting on y'all. I'm not hitting on y'all church like that. I'm just saying the idea of church is just funny to me how that works. It sounds like the government.
It is.
Yeah.
Because in the government, you know, they don't say it, but men kind of run the government. You know, the women have a hard time putting themselves in higher positions because there's always a man, a white man, putting themselves ahead of things.
And there's a lot of different channels.
Right.
There's tiers to everybody that you can speak to.
So it sounds like.
But I feel like even in the world that we live in today, no matter how much a woman tries, the men are always going to be the head. Like,
right.
No matter how many degrees a woman have compared to a man, I mean, it sucks, but it doesn't suck. But it sucks. But a man is always just the head.
Right.
Why do you think it's like that?
It's just
It was built that way.
Yeah, that's how things were created.
That's how the country was built up.
Like, you think it's just this? You think it's us or just because?
And I think it's all over. I think it's an all over situation. Like in those foreign countries, that's why some countries I said I'm never going to visit because I refuse. Like, I think it was in Dubai. Like a man did something to a lady, she spoke back and she's in jail. Right. Like, that is insane to me. Right. But it's just how it is. Like, some of these countries, we think America is nothing compared to some of these countries. You look at a man the wrong way, you're going to jail or you're going to be punished or stoned or whatever. Like, some of these countries still live by that law, no matter what time it is.
Women can't go to school.
Yeah, the time doesn't change. Like, it could be 18th century, 17. They're still living in that type of time. So as much as we want to complain about America, there's some countries that are literally living, they haven't changed not one thing. Like, dictatorship is still there.
Still there.
So I think that's just because that's how the world was brought up. It's just going to stay that way. No matter how much it tries to change, it's not going to change. Even if we get a woman president, she's still going to have hella men. And I mean, the presidents who we learn is, well, the ones that paid attention, we learned that the president doesn't really make a decision. Like, they're the voice of the decision, but they don't make the decision. So
yep, it's the Congress.
They gotta get like approved and all that other shit.
Yeah. So
well, church. Interesting.
But church is good.
Church is not bad.
Church
is good.
What's so good about church?
Church is good.
Tell me what's so good about church because we did
God
a whole
is
hour.
good.
God is
what the fuck
good.
is going on there?
Okay. Yes, you're right. God is good, not church. Well, church.
You think God is happy with what He sees with you?
No.
God is definitely not. I don't believe that
Not
God.
at
This
all.
is what God intended.
On what it was.
I don't
What
think
it
it
was,
intended to.
but-
I don't think He made it to the point where He gives so much control to a few people, and I'm like, I don't know if that works that way because I've seen people abuse church stuff. I've
Yes.
seen
Most
people
definitely.
take money from people, take hope from people, and live this lavish life. And then
Those
when those
false
same people that
prophets.
gave you the money need help, they are nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
And they say, "Oh, God's gonna fix it." I'm like, "Nigga, I gave you my money. Well, I need you to fix it for me now. Like, what's going on? Like,
Right.
you know, how does that work?" So I'm like, I don't know. I feel like some certain preachers. I'm not saying y'all guys. I mean, I like the guys you have at your church, but you know, some preachers, some priests, some pastors. I feel like some of them are drug dealers. It is what it is. It's just like
Drug dealers when it comes to like the money.
it comes to money. I'm like, you're worse than drug dealers. Like you like. There's no even exchange here. You're just taking the money and just saying, "All right, here's 3 Hail Marys. Give me $100, and then we'll call it a deal. You're forgiven for what you done."
There's a lot of people that
And
use
then they
this.
pull up in a Bentley, and I'm like, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that
use
use this God name in vain, and they will, you know, get their punishment. But I mean, I don't know what God had planned, but I'm sure this was not it because
Right.
it's
No,
real dark
no.
out here, and I don't know.
Ghetto.
I don't know, but it's definitely not. I don't think this is what God
think
intended.
The level of persuasion, like just the way that leaders or preachers are like preaching.
There's a lot of finessers.
Yeah, they're really good at interpreting the word in a way where they can get more out of you than like they see stuff in the word that you didn't see, and you're like, yo, this is I didn't even notice. Like I didn't see where he's gonna go with this. But for some that are really not grounded or understand, they just go with it, and they just like they'll run up and give $1,000. They'll run up and give
Right,
$2,000.
yeah, and I'm like,
I mean,
what are
there's
you
people
doing,
that's gullible
sweetheart?
too. Like, come on, you can't just be banking on every little thing that somebody says. Like, you
Well,
gotta.
that's the thing. Some
you
people are
gotta-
at
Some
that
people are at
vulnerable
that
stage.
stage.
You gotta
Yeah, I see
sit
people-
down and.
Yeah, but not everybody's
focus
like that
on
though. There's some
something.
people that are actually at that state in life where no matter they're just trying to get any type of hope that they can get. So if they hear something good and they could pay for it, they're gonna pay for it.
I think that's wrong.
Yeah, of course.
Like 100%.
But it happens way more often.
That is what it is.
Like you hear a lot of these preachers getting arrested, you're just like, whoa,
Yeah,
hold on.
I mean, some of them getting arrested for some crazy ass reasons, but they are getting
It's these
clipped.
mega churches too. It's like
I never trust a mega church.
65,000 people in attendance today, and it's like
And you get an offering, you get $1 everybody, $65,000.
That's crazy.
Damn.
One service.
That's easy service. That's hand over fist, man.
And that's another thing too. I think people don't realize. Some people might not realize it. Is that it's not only Haitian churches or like Caribbean, whatever. No, white churches be going crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've seen some rich white pastors, some rich black pastors, Spanish, Asian, all that other stuff. I'm like,
that whole what is it? Elevation? Not Elevation. What church was it? That guy was abusing a nanny that he was working for.
Sheesh.
That was working for him.
church nigga be horny as hell, man.
Oh my gosh.
Hillsong Church.
Where's that at?
There were different locations.
They're like a chain church.
Yeah.
Like McDonald's.
Flat up, pop? No, that's Burger King.
No, okay.
No.
Just saying.
No, I'm loving it. It's McDonald's.
A chain restaurant. A chain church.
Yeah, so.
I'm saying.
No, chain church is insane though. But we got hella churches though. We are a chain church. We got hella churches all over the
Yeah, we
world.
got my churches.
I think Haiti alone got 40 or 20 something churches.
37.
Yeah, Haiti.
Haiti has how many churches?
For us, under our name, we got 37.
Y'all have 37 churches in Haiti?
Yeah.
37 MOCs in Haiti? Wow.
Florida got 2 or 3?
About 3, I think.
Yeah, we got mad churches. We got Texas.
We got Brazil, France.
Texas?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got Pennsylvania,
Brazil?
New York. Do we have one in Connecticut? Or
I have one in
Virginia?
France.
Yeah, we have one in France.
France.
Yeah, we local. We all over. But we're not like those chain churches, y'all.
Yeah, we're not.
We good over here.
Guys.
But honestly, my mom always I always, I always talk about my mama. She get on my nerves, but she always said like, if you were to go to church for people, then you would never go to church. Like, and that's the realest thing. Like the amount of stuff that goes on in church is insane. Like you really have to go to church. Yes, you have to build your own connection with God, because if you don't, the things you hear, the things you see, you will run away. And it's just like,
It's just so weird to me.
Why?
Because church, I'm like, how is this place that you're supposed to come here, praise God, be good to your neighbor? My favorite part of church is everybody shake everybody's hand. I was like, this is awesome.
That's your favorite part.
That's my favorite part.
At the end.
No, not then. When we're in the aisles and shit. But after we kneel, we get up.
Oh my God.
I love that part.
Is that your first?
This is love. Right? This is what church should be. Church should be the exchange of energy. Like,
yes.
I wish you a better week. I wish you a better life. I hope you get better over your sickness and health. And then like right after that's done, everybody's like, bitch, man. So I'm like, God damn, back to the rumors, it's back to the BS. I'm like, why are we so divided and so together at the same time? Like, it's supposed to be church. We're supposed to be healing each other.
So I think everybody walks in with like their own personal issues or what they're going through. But I think church in general does a bad job of getting to like the heart or like the character of like individuals. Not to say they got to tell how you got to be, but I think it's like they talk about so many things that really don't matter. When if the problem is like really like jealousy, like you got to talk about that.
Yeah, that's one of the
and like
The deadly sin.
yeah, one of the deadly sins is jealousy, and I'm like, that happens. Like you could walk into a church like if I walk in with a T-shirt and all my tattoos out, people gonna be like, "Oh, Satan, you going to the devil, you're going to hell." Blah blah blah. I'm like, no, I'm here. But I could be here to be genuinely like, I am lost in life. I need some guidance. I'm going through some stuff.
Yeah, and to say what
But
you're
I'm
saying,
getting judged
it's like,
by the people
it's the
that-
heart, right? Because
Yeah, right.
they literally looking at you outside.
They're looking at outside. They're not
Instead of
looking at
understanding what's
really
going on inside
of me. I'm like, yo, I really have problems. I'm here to talk to God, but before I talk to God, y'all talking about me, and I'm like, I don't feel welcome here. Like,
it's like a backwards understanding where it's like, if we all don't look the same, we not the same, and it's like we all the same. We people, we all fall short, but they don't see it that way. So it's like if this guy walks in with dreads, he got tats, he got to sit in the back. He shouldn't be up front.
Yeah, deport him. Get out of here.
Because if he's in the front, he's going to get everyone else to like. Maybe everyone is gonna get like intrigued to be like, I want tats now. So it's like, sit in the back. We don't want nobody in here getting tats. If you got earrings, sit in the back. As a matter of fact, sit outside. They don't want nobody.
Don't sit. I don't see you in public.
They don't want anyone depending on which church you go to, they don't want you getting influenced. They be like, you know what? There's no difference between me and her or me and him. Like, he got tats, I don't. We still the same.
It's just so judgy. And I just remember, and I'm only speaking from experience because when I went to, there was a time I went to Shellz, like I had braids in my head. They would talk about me. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about the braids in my hair. Like, I'm here to get some guidance this week. You know what I'm saying? My best friend tapped me. He's like, yo, come with me, come sit down with me. And I wanted to support him, and I sat down with him, and they just kept talking. I'm like, I said, gee, what kind of fucking place is this, bro? Like,
but see, that's the bad thing too. It's just like they'll tell you like, always bring a friend to church. You bring a friend and everybody just that's bad. Like, I shouldn't have to bring somebody in an environment, and now I'm questioning like, oh my God, make sure you wear a long sleeve shirt and long pants, and make sure you got it. It shouldn't have to be that.
And
way.
I remember G telling me like, yo, come with a suit. I'm like, man, I'm not wearing no fucking suit, man. Like,
don't get me wrong, you're not supposed to come in there looking like anything.
I'm not gonna come in with Timbs.
But it shouldn't have like it. You know, the Bible said, "Come as you are." Yes, don't stay as you are, but come as you are, and I should be accepted. And then once I start getting some guidance, then by the guidance, I'll start to change. But they want you to change on the first. You know, like that's not how it works. And I don't like how they do that because that's like a bamboozle type of, and I feel like a harass, and it is an overwhelming feeling, and it shouldn't have to be that way. Like,
yeah, it's like, if I tell you something, you just gotta listen. Like, take your heart, take your mind, take anything out of it. Just listen, right? Instead of just like, well, if you told me something, I gotta let it marinate and understand. Well, why?
I gotta understand.
If I don't understand it, I gotta ask.
You're not even letting me understand it in my way. You're just telling me you're bad. Period. And I'm like,
yeah. And once they say you bad, you gotta accept that you are bad, so you could change.
I don't feel bad.
But yo, when you get to that different type of level, and like sometimes you have to do it on your own, which is, it sucks, but when you do get to that level of like that level and you experience God, it's such a like a beautiful type of feeling. Like you sense you sense like a feeling of secure, a sense of comfort. Like it's a good feeling, but sometimes it just, you're trying to find somewhere to add on to that, but it's not always easy. But when you do find that level of comfort with God, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, it's a good feeling. Like you worry less.
I mean, for me, like I always say this. If I can make it in church, I can make it anywhere.
No way.
Because of just the level of tiers of people you got to deal with, who they are, the political side of it, the reputation side of church, and like you said, competing, and there's so many of that on every level that it's like, if you could still find a way to still be yourself, still be grounded, and not make decisions based off of others, I feel like it prepares you like, and indirectly for the real world or life, because the way it is, like I said, church is such its own culture. Like it's like if you wasn't built in it and you wasn't raised in it, it'll be very hard to like adjust to it.
That's why I find my difficulty with it, because I wasn't raised in church. Like, you know, my mother sheltered me a lot from a lot of things because she was afraid of, my mother was afraid of white people. So she put me in places where she felt if she didn't go there herself, she's not sending me nowhere.
Gotcha.
So I'm right beside, hip to hip with my mom. You know, until my sister got here. And when my sister got here, then things kind of like opened up. You know, so I was exposed to things very late. So I do find myself sometimes adjusting to certain things. Like when I was at Benji's wedding, I wasn't uncomfortable, but I was sweating. I was like, yo,
you sweating?
I was sweating, bro. I was like, yeah, I haven't been in church that long. I'm walking through, but I'm still confident. I'm still gonna hold my head how I'm walking through. But I know when I'm walking through, I got eyes on me, and I'm like, these people. I'm like, this is why I don't come here. But I'm like, but at the same time, I kind of got to give people grace, because I'm like, I'm new here. They might be scared. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have to be like that.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they shouldn't have to be
like if you are a person that you need to spread the gospel and spread the word of God, how are you going to do that if you scared?
Right.
Like, that don't even add up.
Right.
Like, and even going back to what Duke just said, like, if you weren't in it, then it's hard. That's bad. Like, you tell me if I didn't grow up in church, how am I supposed to be new to the religion and y'all not making me feel welcome? Like, and this is not like a bash on church, but it's things need to change. Like, we need to spread the word. We need to make people feel comfortable. We need to stop judging. Right. And even within ourselves, like, yo, people that I grew up with are judging. Why are you judging? There's no one that's here that's perfect. Stop judging. Like,
you adjust to it so long that even at times, like, you see something and the first thing you think of is like how you were raised, and you got to take a step back. Like, nah,
that's true.
She good. She ain't wearing like, you know, you see like you see a girl walking to church. She got earrings. she got this, she got that. The first thought that might go through my mind was like, she bugging.
Right.
Because that was just what you
that
taught.
is so true.
But then eventually you just kind of
You gotta bring some
like, no, she's all right.
Right.
She's fine.
Yeah, it's not that
You know what I mean? So it's just, you got to do that work within yourself. Because if you don't,
I think that was the biggest thing for me in college. Like, I was on my own for the first time, and I'm like, yo. But then I was just like, oh, this person's actually a good person. Like, but even now, like Duke said, even as an adult coming back, like, I be having to reel myself in, like, okay, let me not, like, I feel like I'm being my parent right now. Let me reel back into reality. Like, they're not who I think. I don't even know who they are. So why am I already judging based off of appearance? But it happens so, like,
it becomes natural.
Yeah.
Like I'll see people
bad.
doing. I'm always joking. I'm always doing something. I'll see somebody with. I'm like, you wore that? You really wore that today? But then, even if I'm joking, I also got to bring it back and be like, they fine. But it's just what you're used to, the way the culture you was raised in. It's just, if you're not wearing a suit, if you're not wearing a tie.
And the first question is, yo, nobody said nothing to you about that? But it's sometimes it be jokingly, but sometimes it's really like, yo, really though, no one said nothing to you about that. Like, you just walked in here like, all right, bad.
I mean, but not to be devil's advocate, but church does have its, when you do find a person in church, I'm not even gonna say a church, because all churches have their downfalls, but when you do find a person or a group of people in church that you're able to grow with and helps you grow, it's a good thing. You build different you build your morals on different things, you learn different things, your character, you build the type of person that you are. There's a lot of things about myself where it's like, if I wasn't in church, if I didn't grow up in church, I don't think I would be that type of person. I don't think that I would have that type of a certain type of mindset. So, I mean, church has its downfalls, but it also has its ups in life. So it's all about how you take it in and how you process things and what type of person that you find in your life to help you. Because there's people out here that are in church. They're good people. They help you out. They want you. They want to see the best for you. They want good things for you. They're not just there to be like, you did this, you did this, you did that. They're like, well, you did this, so how can we grow? How can we, what steps are we going to take to be better and to do things better? So
that's a good point, because the way I see it, I feel like church has a very indirect way of teaching you how to really love, or how to really care, how to really support. Just understanding that, not everyone is the same. Everyone delivery isn't the same. Everyone background isn't the same. But it teaches you to kind of like humble yourself, because while somebody else is high, you know what I mean, and they feeling it, you know what I mean, it kind of teaches you to be humble without even like a sermon or a word. You just realize through just life that while you high, you could be down at any time. You know what I mean? And you're going to need to turn to somebody on your left or your right to support you. So I feel like that kind of helped me just to see things different, because, where I grew up, like when I was in high school and I would see, the young girls go to school, like I was so like, my mind, the way I was raised was just like, if woman is wearing pants, she's wearing makeup, she's doing anything apart from what I was taught, like she was bad, to the part where like I really believed that they were bad. Like I would be thinking like, yo, this girl is really like failing. Like she could be doing good in school, but in my mind, like, yo, she's failing in life, because it's like she's wearing pants, like, and that's just the craziest thought that I had. You know what I mean? But just to growing and understanding, it's just like the judgmental side. If you stick with it, you know what I mean, you'll get lost, because you'll be walking around judging and you're not even working on yourself. So I think it just taught me to just indirectly, just the way to actually be without them telling you, because you see it, like, like Benji said, people do care, but sadly, our people, where they from, you know what I mean, they weren't raised, with probably the most proper training or, just upbringing at all. So they got love, but the way to display it is so
bad.
Rough that, it makes you want to run than stay and understand. Because, like, there's no way my mom loves me and she's always cursing at me. But it's just, then you got to start thinking, like, yo, maybe that's how they had it, like, 10 times worse. And once you realizing that, you're like, dang, like you giving them some grace, but you're still trying to work on, all right, Mom, well, my relationship with you, we got to work this. But I guess it does come down to the gender role too, and understanding that like how each one of us got to deal with each other. But when it comes to church, it just gets so tricky that you just work on yourself, so you don't really get caught up in the crazy political side of it.
That's true.
Oh, that's a word right there.
Yes, Deacon D.
Deacon Jean.
Damn.
Not at all. That was a word there. I ain't got enough for that. When we start shaking hands in church, that's my favorite part. So, it's good, man.
Yeah.
But, I mean, maybe one day I'll give it a try.
And also understand too, church is the four walls. Yes. That's not all it is.
Right.
There's more to it.
You do meet great people. You know what I mean? You build real life friendships forever. Right? I know, like for me, no matter where I go, no matter who I meet in any avenue of life, like the core friends that I grew up with, that always stay there, because it's not so much a growing up, but we grew a relationship together where it's like the support is always there, and you know they kind of hold you accountable in certain things. But when you don't really have that, it's kind of hard in terms of growth. But it's just you deal with so much that just always got to bring it back home to what really matters. But church ain't bad.
Church is not bad.
It's not bad. It's just it's just
God is
it's tricky.
good.
It's the hearts.
Yeah, it's tricky. I think it's for me. It's tricky. I can't speak for nobody else. It's just tricky for me because this is like, what it is for me. It's like I just hear so many bad things, and I kind of let it cloud the good things.
Mind,
You know what I'm saying? Because I do read the Bible. I do study it. I do like the stories it tells me. I love the lessons that it has in it. Even though I have my conspiracy theories with the Bibles, it is what it is.
Your own spirit.
Yeah, I think a white person wrote it. That's I think a white man was bored one day and he wrote the Bible. That's just my view.
Just one
white man was everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but it's a good book. I like it. I'm still reading it, but the church thing is it's tricky for me because it's like, I go in there and I hear the whispers and I'm like, I'm the type of like, what are you talking about? Like,
Your Jing gonna call you out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? You ain't got to whisper. I'm here just like you're here. I'm here to get some guidance. I'm here to be a better man, to be a better leader, to be a better
And I think that
person,
once someone does actually say that, it's going to be like, oh, okay. Like, check this. Like, check yourself.
Right.
I'm here for help. If you're not going to help me, then what do you want me to do? Because this is a place of help.
And
I think that's a good thing.
Right.
I mean, don't go in there cursing people out.
Yeah.
But just check the person. Like, what? You
I think
help
that
me or
back
what?
then that's what I was having the battle with.
Yeah.
Like, should I say something? Should I not say something? Because I'm getting judged regardless.
Right.
But it's more like, all right, I can't worry about those things. My relationship with God is my relationship with God. Like you said, it could be outside the walls. It could be inside the walls. But I feel like sometimes inside the walls, I think when you are accepted, you get the best experiences. Because
Right.
I know people who have church changed their whole life.
That's true.
I know people like me and Duke. We know people that go out, bust their guns, sell drugs, do this, do that, and then change their life over God. Because God, they let God in their heart, and they changed. Now they're this great person, and they never can be that person they used to be. They devoted themselves to a higher calling. Beautiful. So I know at some point it works, but shit is tricky in there. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I ain't ready to be going up in there and Brother Gene's here. Like, nah, nigga.
Brother Gene.
Pastor Gene.
Brother Gene.
That'll be the day.
Okay. Pastor Gene.
It'll be the day.
Hallelujah.
Chickens will fly.
Oh my God.
Hey, don't be too surprised. You never know.
All right. We good?
Yeah, I'm good.
That was a good conversation.
We'll talk about. I think I got to name this episode something church. I got to think about it.
Oh my God.
Not nothing bad.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
You gonna keep going to get them handshakes?
Yeah, I love the handshakes, man. I love it. Cause it's like it's just so much love. Like, oh my God, like what's going on, man? Like when I was in Florida, I went to the whole world.
What?
The day my niece and nephew's community.
Oh my God.
We was in the Spanish church. There was only black people in there. So I was like, I want to take everybody in.
Oh my goodness.
Let me know. What's up, man? All right, cool, man. It's awesome. That's my favorite part.
Jesus.
It used to be the wine part, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh my God. It's grape juice. All right, so this is our last word. Think about the last word that you would like to tell the people if you have one. If you have one. And then, yeah. You have any last words? Any last message for the people? Well, let's wait till Jane fixes his camera. Now I want the camera to go on her so they could see her face. Why you laugh?
No.
Sweaty face. No, I don't have any last words.
Just mad up close.
Right. I don't have any last words. Look, just at the end of the day, do what is right for you, and just take your time, because everything's a process. That's it.
Deacon Gene.
Last words I would say, just understand, like, I guess get into your culture, understanding like the good and the bad, like work on the miscommunication aspects, and just giving, I guess, the elders grace, but also understanding that, life is changing, and just be the best person you can be in whatever role that you gotta fulfill in your life.
Brother Gene.
Here's my camera. Camera one. Maybe one day I'll give it a try. It won't be today, but maybe one day. We'll see. But if it will be a church, it'll probably be a MOC, because I know some people in there, not these guys, but I know more people. So maybe one day, maybe one day, we'll see. But it's not anytime soon. I'm still working it up. I'm still working it up. Yeah, I read my Bible. It's somewhere. That's right. Well, no, it's back there. It's behind Shellz, but it's there. I highlight it. Great lessons, great stuff. But until I get my own understanding, then I will maybe one day bring myself. Because I'll be honest with you, I want my children to have something like this. I kind of want to bring them up with some type of religion, because I believe religion is a good barometer of like life. Like, it can really keep you centered. It can really make you think twice about some stupid shit. I'm telling you right now, if I was younger and had religion in my life, I probably wouldn't do half of the dumb shit that I've done before. So it's what it is. I'd probably be like, well, don't get in that stolen car. Don't fight these people.
Oh, my God.
Don't carry this gun to school, because you don't need it. You don't need to do this. So
to school?
Yeah, it was wild. It was a wild life back then. It is what it is.
Glory.
One day. That's all I got.
I'll say I'll go off of what my sister said. Just really, my thing is God's timing. Like, you may think that things are not moving, or things move too slow, or God forgot about you. God's timing is always the right timing. And when you think things are going to work out, He's working on the back end. You just can't see it, but things are working out. So just be patient. As hard as it may be. But you may not see it now, but when the time comes, you'll see that it all works out for the best. My face is like sweaty. But on that note, July 21st. July 21st. Duke, you coming?
I don't know. We're going to see.
We gotta see.
The curse came late last time. The curse was late last time.
But it's okay though. He still came. Some people didn't even.
He did come.
I know who was there and who wasn't, but it's all right. I'm not even going to punch her out today.
Keeping tally.
But July 21st. Tickets are dropping soon, so be on the lookout for that. It's Memorial Weekend, so be safe. Be careful.
Please.
Do not drink and drive. Do not smoke and drive. Get an Uber, get a Lyft, or walk.
All you want.
Train, bus.
They definitely out there.
They out there.
They are out there. I'm not gonna say that's inside.
They outside.
I can only do so much. All right, no problem.
They are outside. When you don't see them, they see you, yo. They see you. So please be careful. The amount of accidents, deadly accidents that I've heard these past couple of days are insane. So please, y'all, be safe on the road. Watch where you're going. Don't text and drive. Put your seatbelt on. I know a lot of people don't like to put their seatbelt on.
Yeah, don't text.
Put your seatbelt on. But be safe. Be safe. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming, guys.
You gonna come again? You gonna come
I
again?
will.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not gonna be church though. We're gonna talk about something else.
That's cool.
And you know, Sissy always here, always
Love
watching.
it.
So, but this is Hypothetically Podcast. I'm your co-host Shelly.
And your co-host J-Stash 23.
Good night.
Bye.